Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on, Lloyd? How you doing, man? GJ is pushing, boy. GJ is pushing. All right, so for those that are watching this, either watching this after the fact or whatever the case may be, today's a brand new day. It's Monday, February 1st. It's February 1st, 2021. Brand new year. You see my chart is mapped up a little bit differently this time. We have our quarter points mapped out, meaning that for every 25 pip move, I have a line drawn out, right? So you see like 4,300, and then there's one at 43.25, 43.50, 43.750, and then 4,400, right? So you see all these little quarter points. Let's try to get rid of some of this data. I was doing some back testing, trying to map out some moves that took place last week or whatnot that I missed to understand them a bit better, right? Yo, and shout out to this lady named Jana. She ran across the page last week. She jumped in immediately, provided a ton of value between like 2 comments, right, on some of my previous live stream video recordings. So if you're watching this now, I would say go back to my I want to think it was the last recording that we did. Go back to that last recording that we did, and just look at the comments and then look at the video, right? It was pretty early in the video, so it's not something you have to watch like an hour, 2 hours into the video. But she jumped in, ran across the stream, complimented me on doing these live streams, and then provided value based off of the trade that I previously took. And I'm just so grateful that we have people in the community that could come in, provide value not only to me but to you guys that are watching this, because at the end of the day, you guys jump in the mix with me, expecting me to provide you with the most value. But I seek to find value from you guys too. I'm not the best trader, and I know that for a fact. I'm not the best trader. I'm working on becoming a great trader. So, if you guys see things that I lack or flaws in the trading style that I have right now, feel free to provide me your insight. I'm not going to get mad at you guys telling me what you think about what I'm doing or whatever the case. But, my biases are my bias. So, one thing I'm not going to do is just blindly take a sell when I'm long bias on a specific pair, or blindly take a buy when I'm sell bias on the pair. But if you guys see that I lack certain things, or if you see things that I could improve, feel free to let me know. I would love to know. Right? All right, so outside of that, so let's jump into the charts real quick. So last night, this was the move that took place like Friday, right? So Friday we had a push on GJ, and then it started to pull back. It pulled back into this little zone down here. This zone being a 61A golden zone. Whenever I have a Fibonacci tool pulled out from top to bottom, that box is always gonna be colored this like bright yellow color. It's always gonna be this like bright yellow color, and this lets me know that this is the golden zone, right, between the 50 and the 61A Fibonacci retracement. When GJ retraces, I tend to see GJ retrace down to the golden zone on whatever time frame. This is the 1 hour time frame. The 4-hour time frame, GJ is just very, very bullish, so it hasn't pulled back that far. If I'm not mistaken, from this might be a 23.6 if I pull the fib from down here to up here. Right, you see 23.6, but then if I use the last breakout, meaning I use this as the high and then the breakout above that, look what we have. 50, 60 Fibonacci retracement right in that zone, right? So there's multiple levels that you could have used. So that's that golden zone. So let's drop down to a 30-minute time frame now. So price was pulling back. I took out, I started to see the price that was, it was moving back to the golden zone region, right? When it was up here, I wasn't doing anything about it. I was just letting it do its thing. It broke through the quarter point, meaning it broke through 143.750, right? And typically when price breaks through a quarter point, what happens is it jumps down to the next quarter point to see if it's going to form a level of support or if it's going to break through that and continue down to the next quarter point, right? Because as you can see here, 143.00 formed support, came up to 143.2500, broke above it, couldn't make it to 143.50, 500, and then it came back down to 143.250, formed some support, broke below it, formed resistance, came back down to 143.00 flat, and then it broke above, formed support at the 250 level, broke the 500 level, formed a little bit of resistance at the 750 level, broke above the 750, couldn't yet make it to the 4400 level, 144, and now it's kind of hovering in this zone. So when it broke below the 750 level, I was just waiting to see what would happen at the 50, right? So then we had price kind of pull back and then created this bullish engulfing, right, that took place, as you can see. And then let's see. So once it created like its levels, like its lower highs and lower lows, then I took like a little trend line tool to just map out my zone. So from the higher point down to the lower point, and then basically it kind of created this wall that price was trading within. Once price broke above that wall, that's when I knew, all right, the selling pressure has been exhausted, and that the buyers are gonna step back in to trade the market higher. So price broke above and then it pulled back, right? Once it pulled back, it created what was known as a higher low right here in this region, right? And while we were in that region, I decided to jump down to my smaller time frames to look for a trade. So before in the past, I wouldn't jump down to like the low time frames, such as the 5-minute, 1-minute, 3-minute to look for trades. But what I've noticed is structure breaks on every single time frame before it breaks on like the higher time frames that you decide to take a trade on. So if I decided to take a trade on the 15-minute time frame, where did structure break in this period of time? There's two areas. Turn the volume down. There's two areas. So you have structure right here. And if you want to be, a little more technical, you have structure right here. These two areas, right? So once price pulled all the way back down here, right, and then it's some form of engulfing on the 15-minute time frame. If you would have looked at a 5-minute time frame, you would have seen some type of structure break down here too. So if you look, it pulled back, it came down here, right? Formed wick rejections right in the golden zone. Formed a morning star, right here. Massive engulfing, right? And then it pushed, created this high, came back, created another higher low right here, and you have it engulfing. This could have been your first trade, right, in this region. I took mine down here after, kind of this little structure break right here. The structure broke, took the trade right there, boom. Price started to push, it pulled back. I was in a bit of drawdown, and then it eventually just pushed, and then it never came back. It kind of just like ran with the moving averages and just did its thing to the upside. See, I could have held. My initial TP was set at 85. Why 85? Because I saw price came up here, and instead of going to the extreme highs, I wanted to just like target, just 85, 10 pips below, 15 pips below, and get out the trade. But I was going to bed, so I was like, you know what? Let me just take 143. 7-4. I think it was like I wanted 75, but I took that TP away, and then I was like manually watching it, and I just closed at 143, 7,500 or whatnot. And as you can see, price is now moving to the upside in an extreme fashion. Man, that's golden. That's 54 pips. Risk 12 pips to make 54 pips. That's a 4.5% gain if you risk 1%. This is a solid trade. Right? But we didn't do all of that, which is perfectly fine. I took what the market gave me, and I'm perfectly fine. You know why? Because now I can sit tight and wait for the next opportunity to present itself and jump in that one and snag more pips. But look at this. So, right where we got in, right? If we drop down to an even smaller time frame, we'll see a structure break on an even lower time frame. That's an even better entry for us. So instead of that being a structure break, we have one right here. So we have a high, it came pushed down, it created its higher low, and then it started to push. Where do we jump in? With this one here, we'll probably look to jump in right in this region here, right? Because we have this like bullish variation pattern where it's like a 2 candlestick engulfing of the previous candlestick. So that could have been one, or you could have waited and then jumped in right here, right? So waited for the push to happen, waited for it to pull back, form some level of support, and then form some type of candlestick pattern that is bullish to the upside, which is right in this region, right up here, right? So that's one. If we drop down to a 1 minute time frame, you get even more structure, right? GJ does this, and I know the other week I had somebody that jumped in the chat, and they were asking, why do we trade GJ during these live sessions or during London? Well, it's because GJ gives you pips. GJ gives you massive amounts of pips. I'll snag 30 pips, and that's okay. 10 pips, that's okay. Like, just think of it in retrospect of your account, right? So if you have a small account, let's say you get funded, and you have a funded account, and you're risking 1% of that funded account. Let's say it's a 100K account. You're risking $1,000. You're risking $1,000 to make $1,000. A 1-to-1. You're risking 10 pips to make 10 pips, right? If you use these quarter points, you can easily make your 10 pips. Because let's see, right here in this little region right here. So this is a quarter point, 500, right? We have a break of that, and then we have all these wicks. Let's say that you just wanted to snag 10 pips to the upside off of that. You got more than enough. You got about 16 pips, right, on the upside, right there. Let's say you wanted to snag your 10 pips on the break of this right here, this quarter point. You have 14 pips there. You have 14 pips there. You have 24 pips there. So you have 3 opportunities to snag 10 pips to the downside, right? And that's 3 opportunities to make $1,000 each time. $1,000 each time in a matter of about 15 minutes here. Another 10 minutes there. Another 12 minutes there. In a 12-minute span, you have enough time to make, a quick $1,000. There's no job that I know of, outside of like some type of like ownership role that'll pay you $1,000 in 10 minutes. You know, some people don't even get paid $1,000 in 2 weeks. Right. So you always gotta keep it in perspectives of what are your true goals, right? Like we become accustomed to this financial goal of, oh, I'm in the market, I should make $1,000 every day. I should make $500 every day. That's not accurate. Proper risk to reward. If you take a loss, right, your next win should engulf that loss. The same way you look for engulfing patterns to take buys and sells is the same way your equity curve should look when it comes time for like losses and wins. Your losses should be so small that the next win that you have engulfs that loss. Whether it's a 1-2, a 3-1, a 4-1, a 5-1, that loss should be engulfed by your next win. Right, so always keep that in mind. Always keep that in mind. It took me some time to realize that and to figure that out, but I figured it out. Still using from account, bro. No, so this is a 5%ers account. I still have the 100K account. It's in massive drawdown. I'm not even gonna flex. You know, I went to Mexico back in October, traded the account. You know, that month was solid. I was able to make a withdrawal from it. And then I was trading it in December, not really, you know, focused. And shit went south. It went south on me, and I'm not even gonna flex. So what I did was I was like, you know what, let me take a step back from this 100K and just push this off to the side. This is a 5%ers account because I wanted to do this or whatnot, but I kept pushing it off because I was trading the FTMO account. I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and just jump into the mix with 5%ers. Not only is it to me a better alternative when it comes to a prop firm, they fund you a lot more and they're much more patient with you. You know, FTMO, they want you to hit your goals in a month. Right? If you're doing a challenge, they want you to hit your goals in a month. For the 5%ers, they give you 6 months to hit your goal, and you start off with a live account immediately. There is no verification challenge and blah blah blah. They do start you off with a smaller amount. So right now I'm doing a $40,000 5%er account, but they start you off with 10K. So they want you to grow that 10K 6%. And then once you do that, then they fund you the 40,000, and then you got to do 10% each month. And as you do 10% on the month, they increase that account. They double it, so they go from like 40 to 80, 80 to 160 to 320 to 640, up to 1.2 million. So I'm taking more of a systematic approach. You know, just taking the same trades over and over and over again. And, you know, I'm just letting numbers work in my favor. Because if I do what I'm doing right now, in 10 months, God only knows what account size the account is going to be. God only knows. So I highly recommend, Lloyd, if you're doing, you know, like some type of prop firm, or if you're utilizing your own capital, if you have a solid strategy that you currently employ right now, take advantage of these opportunities, man. Take advantage of them. Don't over leverage your account if it's small. You know, take advantage of a prop firm. You know what I'm saying? Because the $400, $500 that you would pay to get that account is minimal to the amount of profits that you can actually make utilizing other people's money. It's the same approach, you know, people do use in the real estate market. Same approach. Other people's money. They take a little bit of their money, they go get a loan from somebody else, and then they make bigger profits. We need to keep that in mind and employ that same tactic in the markets. Because you could just rack up. You could rack up, right? And then once you get enough money in your bank from a proprietary firm, then you could take some of that money and then put it in your own live account, right? And then after, let's say you were back testing US 30 or something like that, and you got 100K in an account. Well, guess what? You can now, do your whole risk. Let's say risk, 1% and make 3% on US 30, or risk 5% and make 15% on US 30 if you lit like that. But I highly recommend jumping in with a prop firm. So right now, I don't see any opportunities. The only opportunity that was there, in my opinion, after the trade that I took, was right here in this little region. Right in this little region right here. If we drop down to like a 15-minute time frame, right? Once we broke above that quarter point and we were kind of holding it as support, that was the level that presented itself as support for us to take a trade to the upside. 9 pip stop loss would have been sufficient. That's typically my minimal amount of stop, 9 pips. And there was about 25 pips worth of upside movement. So right, we jumping in at 143.7500. 9 pip stop loss. Coming to the next quarter point. 2.77 risk to reward ratio on this trade right here. So right now I don't see that. It already took place. As you can see, if we drop down to like an even smaller time frame, let's look at the 3-minute. So we see that we got a pull back with an engulfing right there at the quarter point. That's where you jump in right here. Boom. 9 pip stop loss. And then we're going all the way up here to this quarter point. So you're looking at a 2.7 risk to reward. So you're gaining 2.7% if you're risking 1% on this trade. That's an opportunity right there. GJ is still bullish. If we look at the daily time frame, it's still pushing up. But be mindful that we are prepared for some type of retracement. Like GJ just can. I mean, the market could do whatever it wants to do. Let's just be honest. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. The market can do absolutely what it wants to do. But to just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just consecutive green days, you gotta have some type of red day. What does that red day look like? Nobody knows. It could be a very small red day where it's just like a small one and then it just continues to push, or it could be a massive red day where it pulls all the way back and then pushes. But where it's at right now, if we were to draw a fib from here to this 14400 level, right? That golden zone is right in this region here. So 142 to like that 142 region, right in this region right here. This is a golden zone on the daily. That's on a daily time frame. Right. If price were to pull back between 142.600 and 142.250, right? And it kind of matches out with this little trend line to the upside, because if it were to pull back this week, it'll probably pull back, wick right here, and then take off if it were going to do that. But we don't know. What made you start live streams? Struggling double top. 30-minute. Let's see. Yeah. See that. Boom. If we can continue to close below that, then yes, we should start to see it curl over and do its thing to the downside. But just be mindful. To me, this would be an aggressive trade, taking it up at the top here. up at the top, I mean, you can, do your risk and reward how you want to do it. Maybe like 15, 20 pips to the upside and then 20 to 40 pips to the downside. But just be mindful, we are in an uptrend. So as far as the trend goes, it's bullish, right? So if you're experienced enough to take a counter trend trade, then yeah, that'll be a great opportunity to take it. I would say take it at the break of the quarter point. It's like 143.750, and then maybe take it down to 143.500, or you can even take it down to the 143.20 250 down there, something like this. Maybe put stops like right above here. Depending on what time frame you enter on, something like that, right? If you were to jump down on like a smaller time frame, you can even pull this stop in, something like that, 10 pip stop loss, right? That's kind of trend. Simply because I'm not part of a group, I decided to do these live streams. I mean, I'm part of like organizations where I pay to learn, but I don't have like a home group that I specifically teach. So, like I come here because I know I can interact and talk with people in the community that are in places I could never imagine. Like I have people on these live streams from New Zealand, from Germany, from Europe, from India, all over the place, and some of them may have more experience than me, and I learn from them, so me starting these live streams, there's a lot of people that are on YouTube right now, like gurus and stuff like that, that'll like, oh, this is how you get a sniper entry, and this is how you do this, and this is how you do that, but not a lot of people really be on live streams with their people, with their people showing them like, all right, this is what I'm looking for, this is what's happening in the market right now. And that's the disconnect. I mean, a lot of new traders, they pay somebody to teach them a strategy, to teach them how to trade. And at the end of the day, they don't even know if they really know how to trade or if they're just regurgitating information they learned from baby pips. But I'm telling you, my little brother, my actual little brother, I taught him some stuff about the Forex market. Him and I, we used to trade stocks together. He used to make a killing trading penny stocks. Make a killing. I used to trade pennies. I usually join Wicks Don't Lie, the AM, Mad Heads. They're good traders. Yeah, I was on a few calls too, and I like his streams because he teaches a lot about psychology. Him, and then Uncle Ted, and then there's like two other guys that are on the streams. One of them has an accent. I'm not familiar with the accent. It's not like ringing a bell like at this very moment. But there's two other guys that talk, and all four of them, they all give quality insight. Quality insight. What they got going on with their live streams at 6:30. I love those. Like at the end of the year last year, that was like my saving grace. Like when I was taking all them losses and December was blowing me apart, like just ripping me into shreds. I was on their live streams and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take a step back and I'm just gonna, be a student and just listen to these guys, watch what they do, and just learn from them or whatnot. Of course, their strategy is way different than how I move. They're looking at breaks of supports and resistance, and then moving with momentum to the next level. I'm more so looking at pullbacks to like Fibonacci retracement levels, and catching it up to like the negative 27s and the negative 61 levels on the Fibonacci or whatnot. So, but we trade the same pair, and all you gotta think about is we all make the same money. At the end of the day, the $100 are still blue. The $100 bills are still blue. But nah, they solid over there. They solid. They're definitely solid. But that's what I'm saying. Like if you go online and you watch other people's videos on how to trade, they'll teach you about like support, resistance. They'll teach you about sniper entries and time frame correlation and following trends and this and that and this, right? But then they sell you on a course and tell you to join they groups. But are they doing live streams with their groups? Or are they just kind of, sending out a signal saying like, oh, here, buy here, sell here, and taking losses and losing their investors' money? I I don't want to give my opinion on magic keys because I've yet to really understand what it is. From my understanding, what Raja was explaining was that it is a like a tool that allows you to manually place trades, and it like like you can make it shift your stop losses and things of that nature. Here, let me try to go to the Instagram account to get a better understanding of it. But me personally, I'm like, it's not something that I need to use because I'm perfectly fine using my MetaTrader 4 app to place buys and sells and close my trade. And in me, I'm in the market for at most, like I would say like 8 hours. At most 8 hours on any given trade to catch 30 pips. I'm only trading GJ, so at most, if I'm jumping in on a very, very, very small time frame with tight stop losses, such as like 10 to 12 pip stop losses, I'm only snagging like 36 to 45 pips max. Unless I'm like swinging it and trying to get 50 pips, but I really only want 30 pips from GJ at this moment. So I really don't need those tools to like hit buy, sell, adjust stop loss, and do all that extra stuff. But let's look at it. Magic keys. I am a standalone product to help you with trade management. Trust me, trade management will never be the same again. Ah, I see what's going on here. FN1, FN2, FN3, FN4, num, FN, input risk, input pips, zoom out, zoom in, enter market pending, close custom, close half, close full, partial T. this screams Raja. This screams Raja right here. This is like Raja in a plastic box, in a plastic tool. This is funny. So you see this tool he's using right here.
Here's my magic keys. I am about to enter a trade. I want the entry price to be right here. The stop loss below the previous low. And the take profit at 1 to 4 risk reward. Here is my magic.
Yeah. No, it's a cool little tool. It's a cool little tool. If I were to, because I haven't really got into using MetaTrader 4 on the desktop. Like I've used it a few times where I would place sells and buys on the actual computer, the desktop computer, instead of my phone. I use, as you can see, TradingView to do all my map out and my analysis, because it's just so much cleaner than MetaTrader 4 on the desktop. If you ever use MetaTrader 4, let me see if I could just like pull up an image. It's just very outdated and there hasn't been any adjustments. It's very outdated. Let's see. Like, look at this. Look how outdated this looks. It's just very outdated. You know what I'm saying? So you're talking about using like a tool like this versus a tool like this. That is just clean, concise. You know, you have everything you need. This is like Photoshop, and this is like clip art. You know what I mean? It's a solid tool. Don't get me wrong. It's a very solid tool. You know, for people that trade off of their desktop, because there's a lot of people that trade like this, and you know they'll like click buys or sells at a certain price point to like get a massive amount of entries at a certain price point. But me, you know, using these prop firms, I'm taking one trade. Take this out of here right here. Boom. Focusing on AU and GJ. Those are two very different pairs, but in the same sense, they're both structurally sound. AU, you know, it follows that break and retest type of structure. Like you see that right here, broke, retest, now it's gonna push, right? AU is solid for that. It's very solid. So we got like higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Like it does all of that good stuff or whatnot. But the pip range on this bad boy is very, very small. It's tight. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I haven't seen AU. It's been moving. 3 days, 100 pips. See that? 3 days, 100 pips. That means that if I wanted to snag 30 pips, I would literally have to catch the top and then snag my 30 pip throughout that day. Because, like, let's look at a daily candle. This is the tippy top. This is the bottom. That's 107 pips. What's AU doing? AU is making moves now, huh? 74 pips in the daily candle. AU used to not do this. It used to be like 30 pips, 40 pips. It'll move in one day. And I'm like, I don't know if I could really be catching tops and bottoms. I don't even really want to play that type of game where you're trying to catch a full top or a full bottom. Literally, I just want to jump in, catch the move as it's moving, and keep going. But if you're looking at those two pairs, man, over this year, do not deviate. Don't go looking at gold. Don't go looking at UJ. If you see all this right here, this is what I would do. Create a list. Name it My Pairs. save that list, add GBPJPY. Find the one that you play around with the most. I don't even think this is the one I play with the most. Nah, you see, this is some old stuff right here. GBPJPY. I think it's a Wanda. Yeah, it's a Wanda. Boom. So when you come to your list, my pairs, all it is what you trade. That's all it is, what you trade. For me, it's GJ. You have no distraction. There's no, gold is making a lot of movement. Let me go look at gold. Oh, gold has some type of movement. Let me trade gold. Nah, you don't do none of that stuff. All this stuff right here, this, you know what this is right here? This is going to take your money, right? Because if you understand AU and you understand GJ, and you take a trade and you win on that trade, and then you go try to jump into another chart and then trade something else, good luck. Good luck. Be prepared for your money to be taken. I mean, there's times where you'll win for certain. You'll win your trades, but then if you don't really understand it, what's happening, it'll just take your money. By the way, Lloyd, are you subscribed to the page, bro? Man, we've been talking all this time. You haven't even dropped a like on the stream, man. I don't even think you subscribed to the channel, my dog. Like, damn, bro, you gonna leave me dry like that? You gonna feed me to the wolves like that, my dog? Damn. My dog. See if we get some folks in the stream, man. See if we get some folks on the stream real quick. Hey, by the way, Lloyd, where you from, man? Where you reporting from? Where you tuning in from? Let's see where we at. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. You early morning, getting it. I'm over here in Georgia. I'm from New York, but I live in Georgia now, and I just I've been out here just doing it, kicking shit out here in Georgia, man. Loving this place. This place is a beautiful place. Group ICT. What's that? What's that? ICT? The group ICT. What do they trade? Do they trade a specific pair, or do they trade anything? Or is it more so a strategy they teach? Oh, there goes some sell off. Man, I'm not seeing any opportunities just yet. I mean, let's see. So, right there, break of this one right here was one. So, like, break above, retest, and then continuation was one. You trade full time source of income? Nah. No, I do not. I do woodworking. I like build shit. You know what I'm saying? I build river tables, like stuff like this. So I build these. I have one in my dining room right now. These are so cool. I do these walls. I make these type of walls in people's houses. I do trim work. I make like living room, cabinet, shelving, stuff like that. Like stuff like this. Build stuff like that. My living room is like somewhat similar to this. It's like a cabinet here, fireplace, and then one shelf, two shelves on either end. And then I also do like just woodworking, floor lamps. Floor lamps. Yeah. You gotta preoccupy your time when you're not trading, because trading is quick. And I got into woodworking when I bought my house. I bought the crib, and there was just a lot of stuff that I wanted in the house that wasn't done. And I was like calling woodworkers, but they were charging an arm and a leg. Like that table I built, that river table, they wanted $12,000 for that table. I'm 28. They wanted $12,000 for that table, and granted, I could have paid it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, bro, 12 grand, my G. Like, I could probably figure out how to make this. My mind has always been, yo, if I'm gonna pay you, like, I could probably make this myself, right? So, like, I have an area in my house where it's just like an open nook. So I built a window seat, and then from there, I was like, you know what? Building stuff isn't even that difficult. Like, I could do this myself. So then I just like built the window seat, and then from that project built something else. Built a few little benches here and there, the floor lamp. Then I built the river table. I was like, yo, this doesn't really require that much time. Granted, the material cost a lot, right? So you're talking about self-sufficient. Yeah, bro, being self-sufficient is everything, man. Because the thing is, it's like when you start depending on other people, they could just charge whatever they want on you, and at the end, you can't do nothing about it but just pay it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, think about it. Like, think about your TV. Imagine if your TV was hanging there. Let's say you got a brand new Sony TV, right? You're not in that industry. You have no idea what's going on, but that TV falls and then the screen shatters. You are at the mercy of Best Buy or Sony to fix that TV. So if they say it's gonna cost you $1,800 to fix that screen, guess what? You either gotta buy a new TV or you gotta fix the screen. You gotta fix it. You gotta pay to fix it. You gotta pay that due. All right, so I'm still not seeing nothing on GJ right now. Um, Honestly, I'm not pressed to rush a trade simply because, I've already caught an opportunity. Um, and it doesn't make sense to try to fight another trade. Let's see here. See, because where price is at right now, we're at an all-time high. So I just don't see an opportunity for me to buy at an all-time high because the risk, you're talking about price falling back down here, even falling back down here. 21 pips. Do I see price running 21 pips in this direction? You're talking about breaking a whole new quarter point and then continuing up. I'd rather see price break it, right? Do something like that, and then come back down here and then find a level of support with some wick rejection in order for me to go long. But because price is where it's at right now, I don't see that being the case just yet. But I do see price running up here to this blue zone, this 14500 area, right? So we could see that in here. Let's map out some more quarter points. Can I copy that? Let's put that there. Boom. What's this gonna be? 144, 250. Boom. Slapped it right in place. All right. Is it locked? Yeah, it's locked. Let's throw another one. What's this one gonna be? 144, 500. Let's throw another one. What do you think this one's gonna be? 144, 750. Boom. And then our last one, what is this gonna be? 14500 flat. So these are our next quarter points. So now that we have those quarter points, we actually can get rid of these quarter points down here because price is not in this zone anymore. Just to clean up some of the chart. Since we are up here, we'll focus up there. If price does decide it wants to make its way back down here, then we will map these quarter points back out. But for the moment, we don't need them because all it's doing is cluttering our charts. Same thing for this 9 moving average. Like sometimes I'll have the 9 up just to have it up, but if I don't need it, take it out. It's cluttering. 50, let's get it. We could move the 50 and just hold the 20. Now we have a nice clean chart. You see, I don't play around with too many indicators. Like a lot of traders, they mess around with a lot of indicators, but you gotta understand, me personally, my indicators, I only have them on my screen just as I just had the moving averages just let me know, all right, is price above or below, right? That's all it is. Is it above or below? But on top of that, indicators is a direct reflection of what price has already done. So if you're using indicators, you're basically taking trades based off of price movements that have already happened. So your best friend is to learn, candlestick patterns, price action, understand what price is doing. We have broke out of this zone to push higher. So let's see something real quick. If we zoom all the way out, what's our next level that price has gone to? 144, 8,500. One 44, 2,500. 144, 250. 144, 870. I mean, we could potentially see a trade setting up once it breaks 144. Once it breaks 144, we could see it. I mean, there's room. There's definitely room to the upside. There's upside potential. I'm still not in any trades right now. Oh, we got 3 viewers on the stream. If you're new here, please hit that like button. Please send me a subscription, to help grow the channel, help expose the live streams to a larger audience. I will greatly appreciate it. Thank you in advance. There we go. There we go. I'm in the AU sell, nothing on GJ. Yeah, me too. Nothing on GJ right now. AU sales look good. See, the only thing that gets me though, when looking at GJ, let's close this right here, is the fact that it's creating all of these higher highs up to that level. So you see we got one right here, one right here, one right here, one right here. So it's creating these higher highs, and it's got me thinking all right, is it time that it's gonna bust out to the upside? Let's see if we're gonna get a significant pullback here. Maybe we'll get a pullback to the moving average. I mean, you see, the thing is, we're trading above these highs here, which broke above, and now we're looking like we want to push. We haven't, that double top just now at this point is like unconfirmed, because we had the top and then it broke above that little region there. And then even on the 30-minute, you know what I'm saying, that we had the high, now we broke above it. We created that, we broke above it. So this high should be retested with some type of pullback move. We have this wick rejection. I don't know if this is the pullback move that we were waiting for, that GJ was gonna print before pushing higher. If we come down, let's look at like a 20-minute. So you see here we broke above, pull back to the moving average down in this region here, and then we're starting to push. Let's see if we could get one more pullback. If we could get one more pullback into this like area here, I'm gonna look at the smaller time frames, such as like the 1 minute, 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute. Let's see if we could get like a break in retest of some type of candlestick pattern for a buy, because I think that price is gonna make its move to the upside. But you see, like, it broke above and then came back, made its pullback, created support down here, and then now it's pushing. Look at it on all time frames. Let's see if we could get it. It's just a lot of mumbo jumbo in that area. On these lower time frames, it's a lot of just confusion. But we might get one more pullback down here to 143.930. Let's see if we could get that. Let's see some. That's not what I'm looking for. Damn, it looks like price wants to just push away. Whoop, there we go. And there she goes. Yeah, so I think so too, man. I think this bad boy might run to 14500. I mean 140, yeah, 145 flat. I think we could get to 145 flat. I think that there's a possibility. Not today. I don't know if today is gonna do that, but I think there's an opportunity for it to get up there. February 24 high. You talking about last year? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, right in this region. Yep, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, there's a strong possibility. It's making its way up. You know what I'm saying? It's making its way up. You gotta remember that price likes to retest wicks. So you got like a wick up here, and you got wicks way up here, right? And another one way up here. That's so far away. I personally can't just say, oh, we're going to 146 or we're going to 147. But the direction price is moving, it's very bullish. So if price is very bullish and it's not bearish, what does that mean to me? That it means that price is going to be making a move in what direction? To the upside. And that's what I'm looking for. We got 4 viewers on the stream. It seems like 4 a.m. is around the time most people jump on. Like 3 a.m. a lot of people probably still sleep. And honestly, 4 a.m. is a solid time for me to wake up. Cause waking up at 2:45 is crazy. I might have to move to the other side of the world in order to do these streams during the day. That might not be a bad idea. Damn, GJ looks like it ran off without us. Let's see if we'll get a pullback. Could we get one more wick pullback into this blue zone before it takes off? Or is it just taking off? Will it pull back for us? Will we get that one last wick pullback to 143 900 area? Man, it just keeps going. That trade I took last night, you know, I'm not even gonna say that, oh, I shoulda, coulda, woulda bull crap, but I know I was in at 143 4500 and jumped out at 143 7500. It's a lot of more pips. This thing be moving. All right, let's see how it's gonna play out at this point. It is just pushing. Looks like we missed that train, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, we missed that train. Yeah, it's pushing. Let's see if there's another opportunity on the pullback. Let's see here. You gonna give us a pullback, GJ? Yay, nay, no, yes? I think we should get one final pullback before going. I think we should get it. Because this was the break, right? So if this was the break, we got to look at the low to the push, right? This isn't the low because there was a break here, right? And then we had the retest there. So to me, our low was formed somewhere down here in this region. We got our high right up here. Is this the absolute high? Not quite. But we should get some form of pullback before price continues to the upside. We should. Is that gonna happen? I don't know. But then we also gotta keep in mind of where we're at on this push. So boom, boom, right? We got that. We pull back to the golden zone, right? Let's get all this out the way because this is unnecessary at this point. We pull back into this golden zone. And now we pushed. So where should we push to? Typically, we're going to push to the negative 27. And then from negative 27, what happens? We're going to pull back and we're going to, exhaust. Right? We're going to exhaust. And then once we exhaust, that's an opportunity for us to get back in the move and then continue on with the market. All right, we're getting like a nice little pullback that's taking place. Is this a full one? Possibly not. So we'll see how this one plays out. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. If this is your first time here, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Drop a like. We got 3 viewers, but only got 2 likes right now. You know, let's try to get it like for viewer count, right? Show love, please. There we go. 3 for 3. There we go. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. Hey, has anyone in here participated in any of the craziness that's been going on with GameStop or AMC, BlackBerry, Dogecoin? It looks like XRP is being pumped right now too. Alright, man, this is a little soft on me, man. This song is a little soft. So I feel like I'm in a massage parlor right now. All right, so we're starting to get a pullback. See something real quick. 50. Let's see, is this the pullback that we're looking for? This might be the pullback we're looking for, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So when it pull back, if it pulls back right here to this like 143 930 area, I'm definitely jumping in. I'm definitely jumping in on a buy. So I'm watching it right now to see how it play out. Of course, you know, I'm gonna want to see like these bullish, these bearish candles, you know, start to like get exhausted. Like, I'm not just gonna jump in blindly because it's just down there, but I would like to see some type of like exhaustion, whether the candles are getting smaller or they're printing wicks, things like that. It's down at the 50 on the 1 minute, so I mean it could be making its turn now. Let's see. It's like retesting this high at the moment, but it could continue to push lower. All right, bet 143.99. All right, we in the zone now. Yep, we in the zone. Let's see how we react in this area. Boom, it's pulling. Let's see. All right, 1 hour is looking pretty right now. He's still good. 30 minute. 30 minute, we need that pullback. Can't just, I mean, you can just break and keep going, but I'd like to see like a solid, you know, pullback, and then we take off. Take off like a rocket. And we got massive wick rejection. Massive wick rejection on a 20. Look at that candlestick. That thing is nutty. Let's see. Alright, we're still pulling. 10 minute. We got an engulfing. Previous highs right there. Let me see some. Alright. 5 minute. 5 minute is right in that zone. Let's look at 3. We got still pulling back. Alright. Let's see this. We're a few pips away from entry. Ooh. It look like the buyers are stepping back in right now. Yeah, it look like the buyers want to step back in right now. You get wick rejection right at that level. Come on. Let's see. 15 minutes, we got ones. See, the only thing is, the reason why I'm not going to jump in right here The reason why I'm not gonna jump in right there is because it's a few things. I want to see a break of resistance and a pullback. Right, so we had, let's see, I mean, we have break of resistance, and then that's considered a pullback. So there is the opportunity. I mean, I would like to see some type of, like, you see this being formed as a high. I want to see like another pullback, and then like a smaller lower high with a double bottom, and then a break of that, retest, and then a continuation. Hi, good morning, family. Good morning. GJ is going nuts, man. All right, so this is like essentially forming our second low. So we'll see how this one forms, if it's gonna form like a higher low. Right now we're at the 144 100 flat level. So we either want to see like a new low form followed by an engulfing that could get us to where we want to get to, or we want to see that form, create a lower high, create a double bottom, and then break that, or create some type of engulfing pattern for us to jump in. But there we go. We're pulling back. We are pulling back to entry, baby. Pulling back to where we want to jump in. We got 13 minutes left on this candle. All right, so 140, 143, 950. Let's see. We got a lot of wicks. All right, let me see. All right. Pulling back to it. 30-minute candlestick. 12 minutes left in that one. Get some wick rejection on the 20. All right, let's see if we're gonna get. I mean, I could see it pulling back. I could see GJ pulling back down to the 20 moving average. I could see it pull back to the 20 moving average. Somewhere down in that region right there. We might even, if it do that, we might even get a better entry. No buys for me, man. Just might catch sells. The daily is way overextended. So no way it's going to push more. Nah, that's solid. That's solid, Lloyd. That's solid, Lloyd. You know what I'm saying? If that's your bias, stick to your bias regardless of what I'm saying. Stick to your bias, brother. Yeah, that daily, it's pushing. It's definitely pushing. I mean, there was a wick right up here. Daily came to fill that wick, and now it created a wick to the upside. Stick to the bias, brother. All right, so you see this right here? This is what I was talking about. So we had a pullback, we had a bullish move, and then a second pullback, followed by another bullish move. Now, what we want to see here is for these candles to just start wicking and then create some type of engulfing. And then this will present an opportunity for us to buy right in this like zone, this little region right here, if we can get that. Right, so first and foremost, what we need to see is for price to create some type of higher low, and then we can see that push take place. Or it looks like, you know, price could just continue to push out of there and make its move. But right now we're about like 7 pips away from our entry, so we just want to sit tight and wait for price to get down to the area where we want it to get to. If it gets there, perfect. If it doesn't get there, it's a-okay. I know for some of you guys, you may have not taken any trades, so you're trying to find an opportunity to take. But be mindful that it is NFP week. It's the first week of the month. So NFP is a massive week where, you know, prices are very, very volatile on that Friday when they launch the non-farm payroll insight. So just be mindful that a lot of players in the game are going to take it slow this week. They're not going to move as aggressively when it comes to price movements and taking their setup. So that's how we playing. That's how we coming. If they want to come like that, we're going to come like that too. Yo, there's 5 viewers in the stream. Let's get the like count to the viewer count. All right, it's 3. We got 3 likes, 5 viewers. If you haven't liked yet, please drop a like. Subscribe to the page. A lot of content on the way this year. These streams are going to be going crazy this year, so feel free to subscribe to the channel, fellas and ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we're pulling back. Let's see how everything lines up. So 4 hour, we got some wick rejection to the upside. We're back below 14400 flat. One hour time frame, we're still above this previous high, which is right here. Right? So we broke that high, and now we're pushing to the upside. 30-minute time frame, what do we have? We pulled back, right, to the golden zone, this in between the 50 and the 61.8 region. We haven't yet tapped the negative 27 just yet. So to me, in order for this move to be secured, we got to tap negative 27, and then price could do whatever it wants to do, right? So drop down to a 20-minute time frame. You see here we got this massive wick rejection. Massive wick rejection right in this region right here. Price is starting to go bullish again on us. 15-minute time frame. We're getting some wick rejection to the downside, which is perfect. This is what we want to see, right? We want to see that wick rejection. We're also trading above the previous highs, which is solid. We're trading above the previous highs of here, which is also solid. So this is it's letting us know that we're bullish. Right now, we're just getting the retracement. This is the retracement that's taking place. It's normal. It's healthy. It's part of the game. It's part of the move, right? This was the previous highs right here, right at 143.939, right? It's the previous highs. All right, we got massive wick rejection to the downside, pushing off of the 20, right? Letting us know that price is starting to push to the upside. All right, we drop down to a 3-minute time frame. Now we're starting to get what it is that we were looking for. We're kind of consolidated in this region, letting us know that the selling pressure is exhausted. And then we got the engulfing right here. So we have a low, high, a lower low, a lower low. So we, like I said, we got our lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low with this engulfing. So let's see how this candlestick pattern right here plays out. We got a wick rejection right here, so we may have a push to the upside after this here. And honestly, this, I might just have to take the entry right in this region here, but we're gonna wait and see how this one plays out. Let's get it set up though. Got 12 seconds. We got 3 minutes left of the. Damn, we got 3 minutes left of the 30 and the 15. Oh, it's starting to make his push. Guys, if I take this trade, I might only be going for 10 pips on this move. Simply because of where we at with it. 144, 2500. I mean, it is holding this quarter point. Yeah, let's jump in. I'm in on the buy. Where am I at? 144.026. It might be a 16 pip move. Go 9 pips. Let's see how this one play out right here. Let's see what does it say right here. 143.936. Mm, 5 a.m. That means my lady's waking up. GJ wants to rush down. Let's see, we double bottoming out right there. Damn. That's prime area. That's prime location right there. It's funny how I pulled back to that double bottom zone that I mentioned before. All right, GJ. You wanna play games, huh? So my stops, I just noticed something. My stops are down at 143.90. They're not actually right here. Where is that? 140. This is where my stop is. $43.90 right there. So, of course, what we anticipate is a movement to the upside. So we expect price to, make its turn, pop these highs right here, create like a, what would you call that? I don't know why my mind just went blank. A retest, and then a push to the upside. We should be able to get at least to 144.19. If it doesn't happen during our session, what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna just stop loss is set, so I don't even really care about stop loss, but we're gonna set our TP at 144, 250. Give me a second, guys. All right, so we'll see how this candlestick plays out here on the 30-minute time frame. So as you can see, we got some rejection in this area here. There's some more rejection in this area. So potentially we could see it bottom out right here in this region and then turn around and make its way back to the upside. Unfortunately, based off of the entry that we had, price wasn't ready to go bullish just yet, and it decided it wanted to turn around on us. So right now it's hovering about 7 pips in drawdown, which is perfectly fine. We only have a 1% risk on this trade, so the trade is in a good standing, a good position, regardless whether or not it hits stop loss or goes to TP. So we're just gonna wait it out, see how it plays. If we do end up getting stopped out, we're just gonna end the session off with this one trade right here, simply because I did take that previous trade that gave me my profits in the beginning, or towards the ending of Asian session last night. So you know, I'm not trying to give back all my profits if we were to take a loss right here, but I accept whatever the market does, you know, whether it goes to TP or whether it goes to stop loss. Either or works for me. But I do see we got some wick rejection right in this zone here. If we look at the daily time frame, we got some wicks that are being printed to the upside. Let's see. Nope, we're starting to break these lows. It looks like we're flying down. We're flying down. We are flying down. And what are we gonna do? And 143.92. Oh. Let's see. See how price will play out right in this zone here. So 30-minute candle. That's what the 30-minute look like. All right, so let's check. What time is it? 5:11. Yeah, it's not looking too pretty. Unless a miracle happens right here in this low zone. It's weird how there's like a whole pip difference from my MetaTrader versus my actual broker that I'm using. Oh. And we were stopped out. All right, so stopped out of the trade, guys. Perfectly fine. Like I said, I'm not even gonna be watching this anymore right now. Took my L. I actually took a win in the beginning of Asian session. Should have just stopped off right there, but took a minor loss. You know what I'm saying? A little 1% loss, but we did have 3% at Asian session, so we're still up 2%, which is perfectly fine. I'm gonna end the session off here. For anybody that want to know what my bias is at the moment, I'm still buy bias. I mean, now looking at it, we probably are going to get a pullback somewhere down here in this region right here, 143, 8,300, right? So in this 830 region, or it would just tap this moving average. If I throw the 50 back in, I mean, there's a potential that price can, you know, shoot all the way down here to 143,750. So I would say sit tight, don't chase anything, guys. If you guys are going to be taking any more trades, anyone that's considering taking sell opportunities, like I said before, I'm not sell biased. I'm buy biased. So if I were to take any sales, it would be down here in this region, right? After we break these lows. If we don't break these lows, I'm not taking those sales because price can't retrace 100% down here and then turn around and continue up. So you just got to be mindful of where you're at in the market before you start taking your trades and entering in at certain places. So I appreciate everyone that jumped on the stream today. Still 4 viewers I see. If you guys are looking for trade setups, I would definitely say jump in on Raja Banks his stream, Wicks Don't Lie, which takes place at 6:30. But I'll see you guys tomorrow.